welcome back to Halftime TV viewers and subscribers. Noranda Brown here, your host. And today I'll be doing a follow-up video to a video that I did a few days ago that received quite a bit of criticism as well as feedback. And I open the floor to hear what you, my viewers and my subscribers, have to say on the topic, because I think it's been used and it's been abused and it's been overused too often, and I'll go into the details and the intricacies of that and my reasoning behind that as well later on in the show. Before I go any further, shout out to the sponsors: Quick Link Shipping, RS Sports Store, and CSA Shop. Alright, so let's get to it. Oh, by the way, the link to each of my sponsors is located in the description below. Alright, so we did a video indicating that Brianna Williams and the performance that she gave at the Prefontaine Classic, as well as some other performances that she's been giving of late, weren't enough. Right now, a few years ago, Brianna Williams broke onto the scene. The Celia Awards at the Crafty Games, she won it back to back. The world was impressed. We were in awe. We wanted to see what was next. We were expecting that big transition. She was the next big thing out of Jamaica when it comes down to female track and field or female athletics. Not saying that she isn't, however, her progress hasn't been. We haven't seen much progress, put it that way. Right now, I did a video on it. I think on Tuesday. I did a video on it on Tuesday, and there were a number of folks who were outraged that we're actually providing feedback or providing our views on Brianna Williams and her lack of progress thereof. Now, let me say this now. We need to stop. We need to stop using the age excuse as justification for incompetence. Let me clarify that, right? If an athlete breaks onto the scene as an 18-year-old and that person is smashing records, we say, how this person is amazing. We don't think of their age. We use the age as an afterthought. However, if the athlete fails, then we say, okay, they failed, but they're still 18 years old. Their best years are still ahead of them. No, Johan Blake, when he came onto the scene and set the world alight in 2012, he was still in his early 20s. Fast forward 10 years later, Johan Blake still hasn't gotten back to the heights of 2012. If you get where I'm heading with this discussion. Not saying that a lot of the Jamaican athletes peak at 20, 21, 22, 23. What I'm saying is it's not guaranteed in the future. So us using the age excuse, assuming that automatically they will get better as the years progress, doesn't make any sense. It's a non-argument, because neither of us on here are guaranteed success in 2-3 years. The variables change, and especially in track and field where it's so dynamic and there's always someone else coming to the fore. There's always another top talent that's emerging. We aren't guaranteed big performances from these individuals who we're providing critique on now a few years down the line. Ryan Knighton broke onto the scene as a 17-year-old. At 18-year-old now, he has the 4th fastest time over 200 meters. Does this guarantee that probably by 21, 22, the age where Usain Bolt was when he started creating waves in 2008, Ryan Knighton is going to be the fastest man on the planet? Does this guarantee? Because he's running it, 19.49 at 18 years old. Does that automatically transition to 19.19 in 4 years? That's a question I'm asking you, the viewers, and I want to hear what your thoughts are on that. The same thing, Emmanuel Wanyoni, 17 years old. We saw him at the Ostrava, at the Ostrava Golden Spikes Classic a week ago or a few days ago. 17 years old, and he crossed the finish line first. Oh, I think he's out of Kenya as well, Wanyoni. 17 years old. And we don't use the excuse. We use the age factor as, okay, he's smart, he's coming first, he's getting some remarkable times at 17 years old. We don't hear that very often. We just hear that a youngster out of Kenya getting some remarkable time. All right? Getting some remarkable times. We don't hear that, okay, because he's 17, we're not going to. No. You come onto the professional scene, your age doesn't matter. Your age doesn't matter, because regardless of your age, whether you're 20 or 35, it's the same expectation. We expect you to do well. We expect you to perform at the highest level. And if you're not performing at the highest level, we're going to provide critique. Whether it is positive, whether it is negative, it is critique, right? And once you're a public figure, you're open to critique. Shelley and Fraser Price, she doesn't use age as an excuse, and I don't hear anyone using age as an excuse. So why then should folks be using age as as a shelter, or somewhat as a barrier, as a buffer from the younger athletes who are underperforming? You have to call a spade, and Brianna Williams has been underperforming. And whether you like it or not, when other athletes from other nations are underperforming and we come on here and we provide critique, everyone is okay with it. Everyone is fine with it. But as soon as it is our very own, it is a Jamaican, then it seems as if everyone is up in arms. Come on, folks. Come on. That's not what we're about. And I've put a number of youngsters on the thumbnail for this one, because we have so many fantastic young athletes that are coming through the ranks now. And what this means is, if you are using that age buffer as an excuse when you're underperforming, then probably you need to reassess. You need to reassess your priorities and the performances that you're giving, or even the profession that you're in. Saying that to say, folks, we need to step away from providing excuses every time we underachieve. And in fact, we need to start providing solutions on how we're going to better those underachievements. Miranda Brown here from HalftimeTv saying, I'd like to hear what you, the viewers, have to say on this. We have Ryan Knighton, teenager, performing well. I haven't even gone to Christine Mboma, who is setting the world alight. And you can say, oh, she has male hormones and all of that. You can say that all you want, until the IAAF bans her or restricts her from competing. Her times are legitimate, her races are legitimate, and I'll consistently and constantly come on here and say Christine Mboma, as a teenager, is punching above her weight, and she is doing what we expect her to do. She's building on the performances that she had yesterday and the day before and the week before and the month before. We can't say the same for a lot of I won't even say a lot. We can't say the same for our very own Brianna Williams, because that's not been the case. Her performances have been fluctuating. They've been up and down, up and down, up and down. Some may say it's mentality. Some may say it's coaching. I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it. I did a video on it, putting it out there, asking the question if you guys think her and Atto Bolden need to split ways. We're still receiving feedback on that. I won't conclude on that, because I am not in their camp. I'm not aware of the intricacies surrounding her training regime and all of that. So I'm not privy to providing a full feedback on that, but I'm putting it out there for you, the viewers, to share your opinions as well. Stop using the age excuse, because how young is too young? How old is too old? When do we stop saying, okay, but she's still very young, or he's still very young? Let's get away from that. They're professionals. They need to be treated accordingly. And although we still take it into consideration that they're still very young, but the age doesn't guarantee perfection. It doesn't guarantee improvements in the years to come. And as such, I don't want us to be using it as excuses for underperformance. Naranda here from HalftimeTv saying thanks for tuning in. Remember, like, share, subscribe. Until next time, bye-bye.